Hey, what's up, my little tatter souls? Yo, come in and shut the door. Woo! Kanye just posted another Instagram post. Now, I know he was going off yesterday. Y'all know I was traveling, but I was also waiting for the other shoe to drop. Kanye got some sleep, just like me, cleared his head and said, woosah, and gave one coherent rant about what his actual issue is. And y'all, I think I gotta agree with him a little bit. Y'all, let's take a look at this post, because he literally said clearly, bullet points, since all those posts confused everyone. Boom, Kim, you ain't turning my baby into Kylie. Boom, Christian, you ain't turning Saint into, not Saint, Christian, or you never know. You ain't turning Chai into Kim, right? He also said what his beef was with Adidas and Nike. But y'all, we really got to have a talk, because so many people, I've been on Twitter fingers, looking around, listening. So many people are like, please, Kanye knew who he was marrying. Yes, I think he did. And at one time he thought it was cute. But haven't we all dated someone where you kind of knew what you were signing up for, but then something happened and you said it ain't cute anymore? Let's not forget. And honestly, it's what he's asking for so bad. He's rich and he wants to educate his children in his school. You know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get into these messages, especially what he posted this morning, because baby, I got some comments, right? In the meantime, also hit like, subscribe, baby. We're at 100,000. We're trying to get to 1 million. Don't forget, we are having a celebration Tuesday to celebrate reaching 100,000. Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think I'm going to go live tonight. Cross your fingers. I know my OGs are rolling their eyes. Anyway, girl, let's get to this mess. But hit the like button and subscribe on your way in. Okay, let's go. Let's hit this running like we got crunchy socks on and Dorito dust on the corners of our mouth. All right, let's go. All right, so Kanye posted this, right? And listen, what do y'all think about it? I want to know. Let me know in the comments. I'm just joking. Not yet. Because y'all be dragging me in the comments. So it goes like this. He said, here is the through line, right? Everybody, and again, Kanye's such a Gemini, because he literally threw his rants up. And I was following them like, ooh, yeah, good point. But apparently, because he was throwing it up in a stream of consciousness, it was throwing a lot of people off. So he said, all right, let me give y'all the nexus of my argument. Let me give you the line of thought that is running through everything I post. The Star Wars, the Christopher Nolan talking about the lion got to eat the jackals. I said, Kanye, you better go ahead with your dramatic Gemini self, looking like vampire, right? Like the memes he was posting, I was like, Kanye always gonna be a 16-year-old boy in my head. Anyway, so he wanted everybody to know this is the conscious stream of thought that's going through every video, every meme, everything I post. This is the source. Thank you. Which honestly, I will say this actually lets you know, and he gave you a big insight into the way Gemini's minds work. If you guys know anybody with a Gemini or a Gemini Mercury, I think that's communication. This is the way it works. There's all this stuff going around, but there is a conscious stream. There is a motivation, and that motivation permeates every single action. But what's more, that's how Gemini size people up. They cut through everything you're saying and they get to your motivation. Because once you know what someone's motivation is, you can predict every move they're going to make. You can predict everything they're going to say, because you know what their motivation is and you understand what their cause is. If you observe them just a little bit and get to know their temperament, are they feisty? Are they passive aggressive? Are they, are they a lover? Like once you get what their base temperament is and you get their motivation, baby, woo, they might as well call you Nostradamus. But anyway, let's get back into this, right? Enough on Gemini antics, right? So he said, here's the through line. This is the nexus of everything that he's been doing. Gap is having meetings about me without me. First of all, I'm with them on that, because that's mad disrespectful. It is love or hate Kanye West. We got to talk about corporations and the way they feel so free to make everybody disposable. We talk about fight the power. We talk about, yo, eat the rich. I mean, if you don't, I do. That's what I say when I wake up. Eat the rich. But honestly, it's just mad disrespectful from a creative standpoint. And it's something that I don't think that they would dare do to Elon Musk. They wouldn't do to Jeff Bezos. Now, I know Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos are multi-billionaires, but there is something to be said about why people feel so entitled to steal and to marginalize Kanye when he builds up all these companies. All I'm going to say about that is he better hurry up and get that Yeezy supply going. He said Adidas is releasing old shoes and coloring my shoes like I'm dead. Woo! All right. Me not having a say on where my children go to school. Now, I actually agree with Kanye on this. Just hear me out. I know y'all plain sick of him. I know they say, oh my God, he said she chose that woman. Yeah, I get it. And he did, right? Red cap era, red cap Ye was not my favorite incarnation of Ye. But I will say that if I just close my eyes and I take Kanye's name out of it, anyone, man or woman, should have a say in a life that they love, that they respect, and that they are wholeheartedly trying to be involved in raising. Okay? That's just off the bat. If you're doing what you need to do, 100%, you deserve a right not just to be involved in that child's life, but you deserve a say in how that child is raised because you want them to become a type of person that you would like to be, that you wanted to be, at the very least, that you respect. Also, let's look at it from this level. Kanye, because there's multiple levels, Kanye is very, 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 very wealthy. It is very common for people that are wealthy and not wealthy to homeschool their children. It is very common. Kanye opened up a school. His hopes were to have his kids raised there. To go to that school. Now, here's the thing. I'm not saying he should 100% get his wish granted, but to literally just to be just dismissed outright without being considered as if those aren't your children, you don't have a say, he's paying for the tuition of the school the kids have to go to. It's a conversation that needs to be had. Again, this is why they say be careful who you have kids with, because it shouldn't be a unilateral decision. It's actually the American dream. If Kanye owned Harvard or Princeton, you'd be like, oh my God, what's wrong with Kim? Why won't she let those kids go to that school? It's some people's dream to be able to raise and educate their children how they see fit. But third, and this goes into the nexus of everything I'm saying, just because you knew somebody is a monster and you saw that they were a monster doesn't mean that you have to keep letting them devour your soul. Let me just repeat that. Because this is a punishing angle that I think that a lot of people see in today's society. And I'm a firm believer in the fact of it is not the mistakes you made. It's how quick you get out of them. It's not what you've done in the past. It's what you're doing in the future. Unfortunately, the past is the most indicative of what's to happen in the future. Unfortunately. However, and again, this goes to anybody that's ever been blinded by love, ever been in a relationship, ever made bad decisions. Just because I allowed something to happen, whether it was for a day, a year, 50 years, I was about to say a century, but we all human, nobody's living that long, doesn't mean that I sign off my rights to continue on that line. Whenever I wake up, whenever I come out of my coma, everything will change on a dime. Because nothing's promised. Good times aren't promised, but baby, neither are bad. And for people to sit there and be like, but wait a second, you signed up for this. You knew. First of all, I doubt that he knew the levels, right? But even if you knew the levels, once you are done putting up with it, everything changes. So even if he knew, let's just say he knew what Kim was about. He knew what Kris Jenner was about. Let's just say he was like, yo, you think they'll give a 2-for-1 deal if we sign away Chicago and North's rights? 2-for-1 deal? Maybe they can become the next Claremont twins. Yeah, Kris. Yeah, Kim. I'm on board. Yep. Claremont Twins 2.0. Even if he was on some F mess like that, the minute he woke up and he was like, wait, no. We're not doing that anymore. that is his right to actually change his course. That's his right to change how he feels. That's his right. And even with parents, let's just actually think about it. We're literally telling people that once you make a mistake, or once you think the wrong thing, or once you have a dumb thought, you can't change it. You can't grow from it. You can't open your eyes. Nope, you made your decision and you had to stay with it to the bitter end. Man, stop all that. Again, we can say a lot of things, but just because you knew and just because you actively participated doesn't mean that at any time you can't change your mind and do what you think is right. Now, should he be surprised this is happening? No. And he doesn't sound like he's surprised. Sounds like he's mad, and he sounds like he's angry, and he sounds like he's upset. But again, that is the way things go. Last thing, which I thought was like a little bit funny, when he said, call me whatever names you want. And people have been. But if you don't understand why I will not back down on my businesses, my brands, and my children, then you're the ones that's crazy. And you know what? I honestly got to say, I 100% agree with that. I mean, seriously, if you don't understand that somebody was in a coma, somebody made bad decisions, somebody did F up, but now they see clearly and they want to change the narrative, I support that. And you know what? Let's just add one more layer, which everybody is overlooking, is the fact that you're dealing with Kim, Kris, and all their antics that have been evident over and over and over. I understand if you don't mess with Kanye. I understand if you think he deserves what he's getting. But honestly, really? And once you realize you made a mistake, you're not allowed to turn around. Now listen, if that man turns around and runs back to whatever, we're going to have to call Child Protective Services. But until then, y'all, y'all, let that man educate his children the way he wants, or at least let it be a joint decision. Let that man see the error of his ways and try to pull forth and be like, nah, you ain't doing that to my daughters. I do believe that we've all seen from Kim and Kris, they will do exactly what Kanye is saying. We really gonna sit there and be like, no, you made that choice. You sit there. Come on, y'all. It's not that serious. Now, again, y'all don't gotta agree with me. If you do, please respectfully leave your comment. But yo, I feel him. If you don't understand how he's not letting people mess around with him anymore in business, and you don't understand how, yeah, I made a mistake. But guess what? Yes, I was with somebody I shouldn't have been with. Yes, I now see that they ain't it. But guess what? I'm changing my ways. And listen, again, I don't know what to tell you. Anyway, my little tattletales, let me know what you think in the comments. I'm going to make another video about the Ray J situation, and I will talk to you later. Bye.